Okay, this is it. My name is Lindsay and I'm going to be doing a YouTube channel, or I'm starting one with this first video. My YouTube channel is going to be all about makeup and just different looks and like just products that I love and things like that. I want to be super encouraging on this channel, and I think I also want to incorporate like traveling, and because I wouldn't say I travel a lot, but I would say I travel a little bit, and I would love to like vlog those and like give my experiences in the places that I go. And with that being said, today I think I'm going to do just an everyday makeup routine, one that I have done for the past 3 years probably, that like I feel like fits me, and it's actually super easy, and I can do it in like 30 minutes. We're usually like, and that sounds like a lot, but it's like full face everyday makeup, but usually my makeup will take me like an hour if I do like an eyeshadow look that I'm not like used to doing. And so this one's actually pretty good, pretty easy, and it's good for like every day if you're just like not into doing like full glam every day, or like full like colors and like all these like extravagant like blue and pink and purple and all that stuff. This is just good for like everything. So I'm gonna start with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Primer. It's like the little mini size one, and I would say for someone who doesn't wear makeup every single day, the mini one would be perfect for somebody, unless you do wear makeup every day. But for me, like I wear makeup probably, lately I've worn it like 4 days out of the 7 days a week, but usually I'll probably wear makeup like 2 days of the week, 3. But for somebody who isn't into wearing makeup all the time, the mini one would be like perfect for you, because I've had it probably for like 4 months, 5 months, the mini, and it's still like going strong. I still have like tons of it in there. And so yeah, I mean, if you don't want to spend like, I think the full amount's like $30. I could be completely wrong, but the mini one was like $12 at Sephora, and it's lasted me a super long time, and it still has like a ways to go. So I would say if you don't wear it every day, or makeup every day, I would get it. For foundation, I'm going to be using just the Fenty Beauty one, and then I'm going to go in with a Morphe beauty sponge. And before I put the foundation on the sponge, I spray the sponge with the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. I just like the way it makes my foundation look whenever I do it. And then I just start putting it all over my face. Hold on, I need to get a mirror where I can see. But yeah, I like this foundation. I feel like it blends out really well. For the skin mist, I do that because I feel like it makes my skin look dewy, and I'm not like super into like a matte foundation. I mean, if you are, like, that's your opinion, and like if you like that, then you like that. But for me, I like a more dewy look. So I spray that on before I do it. And for the Fenty foundation, I personally really like it. The first time I used it, I actually was like not a fan of it at all, and I didn't buy it. I like put it on my hand in the store, and I was like, this is like the worst foundation. Why is everybody like raving about it? And everybody was like, no, Lindsay, like you need to give it a try. It's like the best thing ever. And I was like, I really disagree. I tried it at the store, but I didn't actually like put it on my face. I just like put it on my hand and like felt it on my hand. Oopsies. But anyway, I eventually started and I tried it, and great, my hair. Hold on. I eventually like caved and bought the bottle, which probably was stupid. I probably should have like tried the travel size or something, or got like a sample in the store. But I bought the full bottle hoping that it would turn out the way I wanted it to, and I actually like loved it and was obsessed with it, and so I've been using it ever since. And let me put it somewhere. When I first tried it, I thought it was, I think I might have said this, but I thought it was super watery, and I thought like, how in the world would this ever like look good on somebody's face? Like, it's just gonna be like super soupy and just like drip off. And I really was like super against it, and I was like, I don't know why everybody loves it. Like, Rihanna like didn't know what she was doing. Like, I really thought I was somebody special to say something. But I ended up loving it, and now it's like I probably won't ever use another foundation. I'm probably lying, actually. I will say, for someone who like doesn't love liquid foundations, a good foundation to use is the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation, and that one I really, really love too. It literally is like a cream stick, and I just like put it like all over my face, and then I like blend it in with a beauty sponge. And I will say, like, that's one of the best like stick foundations. I don't know if there's even a lot of stick foundations out there in the beauty world, but it's the best. Hold on, I'm gonna put this stuff up. Next, I'm gonna be going in with concealer. I like to use the Tarte Shape Tape concealer, and then over top I like to use the Morphe concealer. And the Tarte Shape Tape is in shade Light Sand, and the Morphe one is in shade C115. I don't know. It's like C1.15. So then with the Shape Tape, I like to go in right here and like apply like a pretty generous amount. I wouldn't say I like go super heavy. And I put it under my nose because I have a lot of redness under my nose. And it really likes to show. And then I do like a little V, a really fat V. Let me see something really quick. I knew I got a hair in that. Does anyone like else hate those little like flyaway hairs? They're not baby hairs, they're like actual flyaways. And then with the Morphe one, I just go over top of it, like barely. And then put a little bit. I think it lightens it up in a really nice way, so I like to use it. And then I just blend it all out. I've tried to use like just the Morphe one, but because I mean the Morphe's like pretty decent. Okay, these hairs are gonna have to go. Anyway, but the Morphe one like dries so fast that by the time you're done with like one section, the rest of it's already dry on your skin. And so I always have to use the Shape Tape before anything else. Hold on. And I always put it, like try to blend it on top of my eyelids, because I don't really like to use a primer, like an eyeshadow primer, because I literally feel like this works just as good. So I'm going to go in with that on top of my eye. I'm going to blend up the nose, and then on the forehead. Okay, so then after that, I'm going to go in with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter. I feel like everything's Pro Filter. Pro Filter setting powder in the shade Butter. I've heard so many people rave about this, and I was like, could it really be like all that great? I feel like people are gonna think I have like something against Rihanna, but I don't. But it just like amazes me how like one day she was like, okay, I'm gonna do a makeup line, and then it turned out to be like amazing. Not that I'm saying she didn't know anything about makeup, but it's just like it came out of nowhere, and she was like, hi, I'm here to slay. And she did. I mean, she does anyway as a person. But anyway, but I was like, how great could this setting powder be? Like, is it really that great? And I bought it, and I was like, hey, I'm just gonna go for it, gonna order it, gonna do the thing. And I was like, wow, it's actually kind of cheap. It was only like $28. Like, this is great. And compared, I mean, that's, some of you may be like, that's not cheap, but compared to the stuff that I do use, like the Laura Mercier one, and I've used like Hourglass and like other stuff, and those are like $45 and above. And anyway, so I was like, this is great, blah blah blah. And so I was like, I can't wait for it to get in. And when it came in, I was like, oh my god, they gave me the wrong thing. And because I was like, there's no way I ordered this, like, this is tiny, they have to have been wrong. So I went on the Sephora website, and it turns out I ordered the mini. First of all, that is a waste of money. $25 for 0.27 ounces. Like, the other one's like 1 ounce, 1.5 or something, and it's like $40. Like, it's not that much more than the mini. And so it's like, I really did waste my money. Like this is it compared to, like, I don't have the big one yet because I'm gonna wait till I finish this one, but like, this is Laura Mercier, and they're about the same size. I think the Fenty Beauty's one is actually bigger. And then this, like, I don't know if the camera is actually showing how big of a difference it is, but it's a big difference. But I mean, I love it. It really is as good as everybody said. But then I like to take the Beauty Bakery one. It looks like that. And it's dirty. I like to get the same beauty blender that I was using, and I go in on the, like, the fat side like this. And I go right underneath my eye, so that it'll have like a really sharp defined line whenever I put my eyeshadow on. And sometimes, like, if it's like a more pigmented or more glittery eyeshadow look, I'll put more on like in the middle of it, but this one's like all matte and like really soft color, so I'm not gonna have to do that. For eyeshadow, I'm gonna be using the Tartelette palette. This is the best palette you could ever buy. If you like cool tone nudes, like, this will be your best friend of all time. Because for me, I was using, I've always been like more of a person who's into nudes. I'm gonna try to get closer for y'all to see. I've always been someone who's like more into nude eyeshadows, and like, I would buy like the Morphe ones because, like, obviously Morphe is super affordable. And I'm gonna back up because that just is too much. But Morphe, to me, I don't know if it's that I was never buying the right palettes. And don't get me wrong, like, I love Morphe, but I don't know if it's because I was never buying the right palettes or not. But like, I feel like the nudes that I was using was like, they were way too like orange and like warm toned, and I love like cool toned nudes like this. That's purple, but like, you'll see. So anyway, this palette, my mom actually bought it, and I was like, I think I like forgot my eyeshadow palette somewhere, and I was like, can I just use your eyeshadow palette? And she was like, that's fine, whatever. And I used it, and I was like, oh my god, like, this is the best eyeshadow palette I've ever used. So I literally went into Sephora, like, I think that exact same day, and was like, okay, I'm gonna buy it, it's so great. And so I bought it, and I've had it ever since, and I use it almost every single day. So anyway, I'm gonna go in with it's like a transition shade in the palette with the, I'm gonna be using the Morphe R37 brush, and I don't really know, it's like that one, super 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 nude. And I'm just gonna be going like this in windshield wiper motions across my eye. I want to try to get as close as possible. And I'm just going to be blending it into my eyelid. And I think this color is so pretty for a transition shade. But I'm going to try to keep it away from the inner corner because I'm going to do something else with that at the end. And then I'm going to go in with the Morphe. No, not that one. Yeah, this one. The Morphe M573 brush. It looks like this. Let me just do the beauty guru thing now that that's what I am. I'm gonna speak that. I'm gonna go in with like the next shade up from that, and I'm literally just gonna build what I was just doing. I'm not gonna try to like do anything else, just do literally the exact same thing that I was doing a second ago, because I think it's better when you start out with people are like, well, why don't you go in with that shade first? Because I feel like it's best if you just build what you already have. Honestly, like, to me, when I'm looking in the viewfinder right now, it literally looks like orange toned, but I swear on everything, it is not orange toned. It is completely, like, cool tone neutral. Like, I can't stress that enough, I feel like. Anyway, so for the next brush, I'm going to use the M513 brush. Looks like this. And I'm going to go in with like literally just the next shade to build up. But this one is going to be a lot darker, and I'm going to start building up the smoky eye aspect of it. Because it is a smoky eye. It's like an everyday smoky eye look. And so I'm just literally gonna, but I'm still gonna stay out of the inner corner as much as possible because, again, I'm gonna do something different right there. But literally, I would take the smallest amount on the brush and just focus on blending. Don't focus on getting the color on. Next, I'm gonna be going in with the M441 brush. And this is one of probably the darkest shades in the palette. There's a black that I literally just don't touch because I feel like it's not good for, like, black doesn't look good on my skin tone. But it's like one of the darkest browns. And so I just literally blend. This is like the main dark color I'm going to use. And so I really now like want to build that smoky eye. But again, you don't want to go in like way too heavy handed and then like ruin the whole thing. So okay. So next I'm going to take like a flat brush. Yeah, this one. Yeah, the M166 brush. Looks like that. And I'm going to go in with, I can't see, this shade and this shade. And I'm just going to like pack it on the brush. And then I'm going to go into the inner corner and blend out. So then I'm going to go back in with the first brush that I used. This is like not focusing. And going back in with that first shade, and literally I'll just go like this over the middle. Like super sloppy, like don't even care. And just to make sure it all gets like blended in together. And then we're good. So then I take a brush, the Y11 brush by Morphe, and I just brush all that powder off. And just get it all off my face because nobody wants loose powder all over their face. And after that, I go in with wherever, here it is, the Charlotte Tilbury powder, face powder, in the shade 1, Fair. And I'll say something about this powder. This is probably the best powder I've ever used. Like, this powder, Like, I've used cheaper powders and I've used more expensive powders. And I'll say, like, I've always gone back to this one. Like, this one's always, like, been my favorite. What's next? Next, I'm going to go in with the M437 brush. I'm going to do bronzer. I didn't even show you. I used the KKW Beauty bronzer in Contour 2. I don't like cream contours. Like, if that's your thing, then honestly, you are so talented. I literally get way too sloppy with it and I'm just not good with it. And so I just stick with like powder contour or like powder bronzer, and just, I think they're so beautiful and like airbrush looking. And I actually used to never use bronzer at all because I could never find, again, a cool toned bronzer. I always felt like literally all the bronzers out there were orange, which I mean, I guess is what they're supposed to be because you're supposed to look like sun-kissed and stuff. But I'm like, in the winter, like, you don't want to look like you just stepped off the beach. I mean, some people probably do, but I just want to make it look like I have some kind of color to me and some kind of like pigmentation instead of just like this ghostly white. Let me make sure. I can't really tell if that's good. There we go. After that, sorry, I'm like trying to get off of like a cold and my throat is still super clogged. That does not sound good. It's super like congested. My chest is congested, not my throat. That sounds so gross. Anyway, for blush, I was gonna say bronzer again. I used the Jouer. That is like super. There you go. And it's the Rose Gold Blush Duo. I don't know if they're all called that, but this is such like, oh my god, like I cannot explain better that how much I love this blush. Like, there will never be another blush that'll compare to this for me. I mean, it's literally in pieces. I have used it like the crap out of it, and now it's like broken, like doesn't want to be my friend anymore. And so, I mean, I've literally like used it to like the bitter end, and I'm gonna keep on going until the very end. And I just like to dab it onto my face. I don't like to like swipe it because I feel like when you dab it, it goes on a lot lighter and a lot more like airbrushed looking, and it looks so beautiful when you do it like this. And then like that's it, and I go to the next. Next, I'm gonna use the Ofra Cosmetics. It's a Nikkie Tutorials collab in the shade Glazed Donut, and it's actually such a pretty highlighter. I actually bought this before I was ever like an avid watcher of Nikkie Tutorials. I was just in Ulta and I was like, that's really pretty, I'm gonna buy that. And then people were like, that's like Nikkie Tutorials and all this stuff, and I was like, who? And then they were like, showed me, and I was like, oh yeah, I've seen her, but I don't watch her all that much. And people were like, well, you need to. And then I started watching her and she's pretty good. I feel like that's how it goes with everybody, but you know. Do you ever like look and you go, what's next? I don't even know. Next, I use the Dior. There's like 80 Dior mascaras. This one literally just says, oh, Dior Show Iconic Mascara. Looks like this. It's the silver bottle. They have, I think all the other bottles are black. So I think it's pretty easy to figure out. But this I use for bottom mascara. I'm just gonna get as close to y'all as I want, I guess. Hold on, I can't talk and do this. There we go. Anyway, I have gone through all different kinds of mascaras trying to find one that could go on my bottom lashes and not bleed throughout the day. Okay, there we go. Focus. Okay. Anyway, I've had a hard time finding ones that, anyway, okay, let me backtrack. I've tried to find mascaras that I could use on both top eyelashes and bottom eyelashes, and all of the eyelashes, not the eyelashes, the eyeshadow, can't talk. All the mascara that I used was always like too runny, too, like, if I sweat during the day, it was just like dripped. And people would always be like, you have like black underneath your eye, you need to wipe that. And I was always like, I can't find a good mascara. I literally, because I was so unwilling to part with the mascara that I used on my top lashes, I literally used to buy 2 mascaras. And I used to use on bottom, it was like Tarte something. It was like a purple bottle. Honestly, whatever. It worked for a little while, and then it was like my eyes got used to it and didn't like me anymore, and it started running down my eyes. And so this Dior one I bought as a splurge purchase, not thinking about the consequences that could have come from it if it didn't work, because I would have wasted all that money. Wow, it's all hitting me right now. But it actually ended up being really nice, and I love it, and wouldn't choose a different eyeshadow for anything now, or mascara for anything right now. But I actually have eyelash extensions, and because your girl cannot put on false lashes to save her life, so I have extensions and I love them. So if you need someone to teach you how to put fake eyelashes on, I ain't your girl. I ain't gonna be able to help you. Last night, I usually use this like YSL lip stain for my lips when I usually do this look, but the other night I was feeling like really like, wow, I just ruined that. I was feeling like really dangerous for some reason. And I used a completely different one, and I actually loved how it turned out. Like, it turned out so beautiful. This is the wrong thing. I'm not even thinking before I do anything. Sorry. Let me retrace. Give me a second. Here it is. Ooh. Okay. So last night, like I was saying, I was like, I think I want to do this. And so I did it, and I was like, wow, this is the best thing I've ever done. Lindsay, you're the smartest person in the world. And not necessarily. But so I have the Kylie lip kit in the shade Kylie, and it looks like this. This is actually from her birthday collection, but she sells them now like just regular. And I have the lip pencil, but I feel like the lip pencil is darker than this. They might be the same shade, but I feel like it looks really dark, and I really don't like, it's like too dark of a nude for me. And I also prefer like pink nude. And so I decided like, ooh, I'm gonna be daring and mix like a professional. And I got the Kylie, I already had this, the Kylie lip liner in the shade Harmony. And so I literally was like, okay, we're just gonna do this. And so I lined my lips. I'm gonna have to do this and not talk, or I'm gonna like destroy everything. So let me talk in a second. Like, I feel like that is such a beautiful color. It blows my mind. But for the last thing, I go in with the Morphe setting spray. It's the best setting spray. It's a cheap, nice, beautiful setting spray. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll be done with my look. Okay, great. Okay, so that is my look for the night. It's like 6 o'clock. I'm fixing to go to church. I can't wait to share more with you guys. I'm so excited to finally do this. This has been 5 years in the waiting. I've literally, for the past 5 years, been like, I think one day I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. One day I'm gonna do it. One day. People are like, are you gonna do it? And I'm like, one day, we'll see. But this is it. This is the first video and I'm so excited. I cannot wait. But comment down below like what you want to see me do, whether it be pink, purple, blue, green, whatever, eyeshadow looks or just whatever, or where you want to see me travel to, because if you give me an idea, I'll go. But subscribe, like this video, comment down below, give me some love to tell me I did good. You know, tell me what you think I should work on if you want to be nice about it. But anyway, see y'all next time.